Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over an updated wildcard draft for Game Week 13 because there are injuries galore since the last one we made last week. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment. Are you thinking of wildcarding this week? Subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, the goalkeepers are Strakosha, who is any 3.9 mil keeper really. I know that Brentford do potentially have a double game week coming up, so maybe you want to keep your 3 Brentford options available and open, and obviously if you go with Strakosha, it will cost you a Brentford player. So maybe just go for a different 3.9 keeper like an Olsen or something for Villa, and that'll just obviously, only if you really need 3 Brentford players, which I don't think you really do want them, because obviously they're going to blank the most likely the game week before they double, so you don't really want 3 players that blanking and then obviously have to bring them all in. So you probably won't want that, but either way, if you are doing that, then obviously Strakosha could be any 3.9 mil keeper. And then Areola as well, 4.2. Again, I think he's fine for like the next couple of fixtures, and then I would probably look at bringing in Sanchez if I wasn't bringing in a Chelsea defender, just because Chelsea, after a few game weeks, are going to have like a sea of green fixtures. Going to have like 5 or 6 fixtures that are really, really good, and they seem to have turned things around as well. They're going to have Nkunku back and stuff, and quite a few big players as well back, so hopefully that will start delivering some points for the Chelsea players, especially with like Reece James back and stuff like that. But yeah, Areola's just in there for now. If you do have a little bit more money and you want to go Sanchez now to save a transfer down the line, you very well could do that. It's just obviously Sanchez has like Newcastle, United, Brighton stuff coming up, so whereas Areola has Burnley, Crystal Palace. Maybe more likely to get a clean sheet with Areola, but how bad West Ham have been at the back, maybe it is just worth going Sanchez if you have the extra funds. But either way, as of right now, those are the 2 goalkeepers. At the back, we have Gabriel, Lascelles, Mark Gay, Tsimikas, and Saliba. Gone for the double Arsenal defense on this wild card. They do have, I think, the best defense of the league this season. I know that obviously doubling up against Brentford isn't ideal this week, especially because Mbeumo is going to be on my wildcard draft for this as well, which you'll see later. And it's not great, but you kind of you're stopping short-term games to kind of prolong your like long form gains, if that makes sense. So you're taking a tiny little bit of a hit here, not obviously in terms of points, but for the long run, hopefully it should deliver more, because then you'll already have Mbeumo and then you'll have your double Arsenal defense, because after that they've got Wolves at home and then they've got like Luton away, so you'd like to think that's like back-to-back clean sheets, especially for Arsenal, who've got like the best defense in the league. But again, it's up to you if you want to bring 2 in. You could always downgrade Gabriel to maybe like a Colwill or something like that, who I know is injured right now, but if you don't want to bring Sanchez in down the line, you could always bring in Colwill for Gabriel, who I think is 4.6. Like I say, he is injured right now, but if you did want to do that and just bench him until he's better, because he should slip straight back into that starting 11 when he is back, and you don't have to play him this week either. Like, you could, I guess, play Lascelles, Mark Gay, and Saliba. Not the greatest, because obviously Chelsea at home isn't ideal for Lascelles, but if you wanted to do that, you very well could. Or you just go Gabriel and just play your double Arsenal defense this week, and then play like Mark Gay, who's got Luton. But either way, that's the double Arsenal defense. We've got Lascelles as well, 4.1 mil, better than Kabori, who's also picked up an injury. I think it's like a head injury. And yeah, with the Botman injury news just getting like worse and worse and worse, Lascelles is going to be around for a very long time. And again, with the busy Christmas period coming up, you want players that are going to be playing every single game. So not the reason that I'm kind of hesitant to have Gabriel in this draft, just simply because he may get dropped. He might not even play the Brentford game as well. You know, he's played some pretty big games for Brazil, and then obviously it's like he's got the long flight back, so you know, might be a slight doubt for that Brentford game. Hopefully he's fine to play, because I've got him on my team, so I need him to play regardless, but that is something just to kind of think about, a little bit of food for thought. And then Mark Gay's in there as well. Crystal Palace are fine for like the next 3. Obviously annoying to see them concede 3 to Everton, but yeah, Luton away is obviously a great fixture for them. And then obviously if you aren't bringing in Colwill now, you can always get rid of Mark Gay when they play Liverpool, because I think that's when Chelsea have Everton away. It's when their fixtures actually turn, so it's quite a nice transfer from Mark Gay to Colwill if you are going to do that and actually have Gabriel on your draft, which I actually quite like, to be fair, because yeah, after that the Palace fixtures are not ideal. But yeah, either way, Mark Gay's in the team, and then Tsimikas is in there as well. He did actually not play like the next game for the international break, but that was just because if he picked up like another yellow card, he wouldn't be able to play or something like that. So it wasn't anything injury related that he returned early. It's actually quite good that he's returned early, so he's got rest and stuff like that. So yeah, he should be fine. Obviously for that City game, not a lot of people are going to be playing him, even though he just did get that like 15, 14 points or whatever. But after that, the fixture obviously really, really nice. And we've got so many game weeks in December, it's actually a bit crazy. So yeah, Simicast hopefully will play most of the games. Might be a little bit of a doubt, especially with like Gomez being able to play in that position as well. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, though, that is the back line there. In midfield, it has changed a little bit. We do have Saka, Salah, and Son, the three S's, which have just been a definitive selection for my wildcard draft that I made last week and this week. I just really like them all as options. I know the fixtures aren't ideal for Son coming up, but some people are thinking that he's a decent captaincy option this week. He might be one, you know. You've got Salah and Haaland, which are also obviously interesting shouts. It's not really a massive standout shout this week. But yeah, I think Son is still a really nice option, even with the fixtures maybe not being the best. But with the fact that, you know, he is playing in that number 9 role, he potentially should be on penalties as well. We need to see Spurs get a penalty to see if he's going to take it. He should take it, but we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, I really like Son as an option still. Salah's obviously in there. Probably till AFCON, really. You don't really need to touch him. He's just a really good option to have on penalties. Numbers have been good. Really nice fixtures coming up as well after the City game. He likes scoring against City anyway, so I could see him even scoring on Saturday. And then Saka is in there as well. He actually played pretty well on the international break and stuff. He's played well in Europe. He just hasn't been returning in the Premier League, which has been really annoying as a Saka owner, but I think he's still fine. Ødegaard's been seen in training. Jesus is back. Martinelli's obviously playing and stuff, so they've got an abundance of options back now, and I think not having Ødegaard in the squad really hurt Saka and his potential, but now he's back. Hopefully he plays against Brentford and Saka's numbers do start going through the roof. And then we've obviously got Mbeumo there as well. Again, not ideal him playing two Arsenal defenders this week, but he's taking a small hit now to be able to have like longer gains in the future. But yeah, Mbeumo is one of the best players in the game right now, one of the best midfielders for sure. And after the Arsenal fixtures, obviously really good fixtures coming up on penalties as well. And like I say, he's like the third, fourth best midfielder in FPL this year, and he's only 6.8 mil as well. He's only going to go higher. I think he's actually close to a price rise. I think he'll probably go up in price by the deadline, and that's mostly because of like the Bowen injury, the Matoma injury, stuff like that. But yeah, Mbeumo is in here. I've also gone Eze as well. Some people don't like the Eze shout. I think he's fine, especially if you're on a wild card this week. I think he's fine for the next 3, and then you can always downgrade him to Cole Palmer when you downgrade or when you transfer out Gay to Colwell if you were to do that. So obviously, as long as you make sure you have 2 free transfers for game week, what is it? Game week 16. Then you can obviously transfer out both your Palace players for Palmer and Colwell. You could also even do Palmer and Reece James as well if you do have the money. If Palmer's not going up by too much by that time. And then, yeah, you've got 2 Chelsea players for this, like, really good fixture run that they've got coming up, which is, like I say, Everton, Sheffield United, Wolves, Palace, Luton, Fulham. So, and then even after Liverpool, they've got Wolves and Palace. So, really nice fixtures from game week 16 onwards for Chelsea. So, you kind of want 2 players for this run of fixtures. And I know that Chelsea have been a little bit annoying earlier on in the season and stuff, but they definitely seem to have turned it around and look like much better options now. So, yeah, you can always do that. I think I'm even going to take a punt on Eze this week anyway. I think I'm just going to not get Mbeumo this week and then get him in game week 14 and then bring Eze in this week. Just a little bit of a differential because he's not even highly owned or anything like that. I think he's potentially on penalties as well. He's 4.1% owned. Pretty sure he won a penalty against somebody. It might have been Everton and he scored it. So I don't know if he took it because he won it or if he's just on pens now, but if he's on pens, then you've got a midfield 5 here that are all on penalties, which is just incredible. Like, we love that. But either way, that is the midfield there. And then up top, we've got Archer, Watkins, and Haaland. Again, Haaland should be fine for the Liverpool game. I know he's still flagged, but he'll be absolutely fine. But yeah, just, you know, I can't make a draft without him. He's just too good to have it without. He's just too good to go without. And then Watkins obviously in there. Some people might not be really looking at the Watkins shout, and to be fair, I kind of get it. You know, the fixtures aren't incredible. I think a little bit of a differential really is Isak, because Isak should be back after the international break. He's going to be on penalties. Callum Wilson's out for like 6 weeks, so that'll cover you for the that'll cover you for the Christmas period, all the quick deadlines and stuff like that. And they've got some nice fixtures coming up as well. So, yeah, if you don't want to go Watkins and you want to save a little bit of money, I think Isak is a really nice option as well. And he's only 11.3% owned too. So, with this draft, if you were to go Isak, you would have 5, 6, potentially 7 penalty takers, which is obviously, we all know how good having penalties are because it can just change your game week. If a player is getting like nothing and then just gets a quick penalty at the end, like, it's great because that turns from like 2 points into like, I don't know, 5, 8, whatever. So yeah, it's really ideal to have penalty takers. So yeah, I do like the Isaac shout. Obviously wait for press conference and stuff before bringing him in, but yeah, he should be fine for the international break. And then yeah, like I say, as Wilson is now out, he should be the first choice and play all of the fixtures. Again, they might not want to rush him back, so Gordon could still play in that like striker role, but you know, I think it'll still be Isaacs to have. But either way, that is the updated wildcard draft for Game Week 13. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment with your thoughts on this wildcard draft. Are you wildcarding this week? My final team selection will be tomorrow. I have a ridiculous amount of injuries. I think I know what I'm going to do, but we'll go over it in tomorrow's team selection. I got to wait for press conference and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.